Welcome to my Let's Play of Death and Taxes. The fun game where you are a Grim Reaper. Not the Grim Reaper, just one of many apparently. And I'm currently on day 8. I think I've just started day 8. The idea of this game is you decide who lives and dies. You can also go to Mortimer's wonderful shopping emporium, pick up bits and pieces that make your life easier or just more fun, and then you get assessed by fate at the end of every day. So let me head to the Grim office for today's. Okay. Apparently I've got an award, Best Newcomer, presented to Grim for your contributions to the killing of many humans. Let's go shove that in the top left. Sorry, top right. Okay. And the results of my killings of yesterday are popular review, cats get a brand new sponsorship deal with Transglobal Inc. Increasing number of dead ostriches found at Cosmopolis City landfill. Judge rules to allow a severely ill environmentalist to die peacefully. Infamous CEO sails their enormous yacht directly onto a beach found impaled in a tree. And ringleader of trafficking ring mauled to death by a tiger they smuggled into the city. So, every time you kill people, it has an effect on the world around you, and you get some kind of notification the next day. Now I'm going to open my mail. Morning, Grim. A whole week already. My, the time flies. Well, more tasks straight ahead. I think you're making a difference. So let's continue with what we're doing. Okay, my quota for the day is I've got to have 3 humans killed out of a possible 5 that they've given me bios on. Spare any humans aged between 35 and 60 if possible. Okay. Well, I've got to kill 3 of these people, so they've made it kind of easy here. That one's over 60. That one's in the age range, as is that one. That one's under the age range, and that one's in the age range. So I can't spare any humans aged between 35 and 60 if possible, so I've got to kill 3 of them. And only 2 of them are outside the age range. That's a bit of a dilemma. So, starting off in this guy, part-time scholar, part-time engineer and part-time musician who delights in building their own musical instruments out of soap and spare parts. Die. A motivational speaker. Not a big fan of motivational speakers. Game designers. Comes up for ideas for new games, characters and plot lines by meditating in the rain. Subsequently, each of their games seem to make less and less sense, yet still somehow getting better. I like game designers. A liaison officer. Communications coordinator at the Cosmopolis City Home Guard, mainly focusing on disaster management. They live alone with 2 cats and a hamster, due to not being particularly interested in finding a partner. I kind of like her. Historian. When still in their early 20s, Glory harboured some edgy and extreme views on society and the world in general. Up until the point where they grew up and calmed down, readjusting their innate interest in societal issues to gain greater knowledge of history and the myriad structures that affect our lives. I like history, and he seems like a reasonable historian. He can live. So I've got 1 dead, 1 alive, and I've got to kill 2 more. I don't like motivational speakers. Die. A game designer is quite a nice bloke, and the liaison officer mainly focuses on disaster management, so you're kind of more important. So I will ignore the fact that the liaison officer is too young, and that's 3 dead, 2 alive. Those were my choices. Now we'll go upstairs and see what fate has to say to me.
Grim. Ah, yes, there you are. Good, good. Okay, now, listen up. Great work today. You fulfilled your tasks adequately, and all that.
Damned by faint praise. Being called adequate is never a good thing.
However, an emergency has occurred which requires my utmost attention, and I must depart for a couple of days.
What kind of emergency?
Okay, listen up and keep this to yourself. Some philosophers and researchers are attempting to set up a utopian community for the betterment of humanity. I must investigate their strategies for any flaws. Anyway, while I am gone, another will be in charge. Even though you passed the evaluation, I cannot leave you without any supervision. You will have more freedom, sure, but it is not limitless. Therefore, you will have to continue your daily reports as usual. I will be informed of your progress.
Who will I report to?
Why, you are already acquainted. It will be Lady Pawdington, of course.
Great, so I get to report to a cat. Yep, I just realised I was on mute for a little while there. Yes, well, that was the phone. I'm not going to go through the phone bit again. Let me read my instructions for the day. Greetings from afar, Grim. So, right after I left, mere moments it seems to me, something happened at the plant department. Do not ask. As such, I need you to fill in today, basically as a Grim for them. I hope it's okay. Quota for the day, 3 plants have to die. Okay, I've got to kill some plants off. A Venus flytrap. Hidden in the grass next to a small path to the local honey farm. Almost got stepped on by a farmer, a dog, a horse and 2 children. It's in good living condition with plenty of food available every day. Okay. City air cleaner. That's its job. Old oak tree, a dog park, home to a family of squirrels. That one's looking like it's going to live, even though it's old. A jobless plant. Another Venus flytrap. Okay, well, out of all these that I've seen, I like the city air cleaner. So that one can live. And this Venus flytrap. It's exemplary plant doing its part for the ecosystem, so... Which means I get to kill that one. That one. And that one. And now let me go report to the cat. The cat lies sprawled on the table, ignoring your presence. Oh my god, you're just so incredibly cute and fluffy. Slowly the cat turns her head towards you, her eyes blazing with annoyance. Meow, she mutters, then places her paw upon some documents littering the table. The cat repeats a sequence of controlled meows. Then curls back into a ball and closes her eyes. Well, this was useful. The cat stares at you, blinking, then proceeds to ignore your presence. Meow, she declares as you make your way out the door. Yep, that sounds like dealing with a cat. But between the last day and this day, I've got a bit of money, so let's go visit Mortimer.
Friend, your visit's like the sun. Regular. And warms the room.
I'm going to buy I could buy that and that, to be honest. But I'm going to buy a cactus, the most brutal of plants.
Feast your eyes upon this spiky boy. Ye wouldn't believe how long I searched for it at the exalted land of cacti. Just to get me phalanges on one of these. Finally unearthed it at the White Desert of Mub. It did not start there, however, you see. 'Tis a traveling cactus. Ye never see it move, but boy does it get around.
Okay, a travelling cactus. I need to end today. And go back to work. There's my cactus. All the phone's going. New trees planted in Cosmopolis City local dog park. Many people in hospital with poisoning from cow's milk. A farmer found the reason of the bees disappearing, carnivorous plants. Okay, so heavy metal riff from this cactus. Interesting. Okay, the cactus just made a strange noise at me. Morning, Grim. Alright, we are back to normal. The plant department got their act together. You, however, should be intimately familiar with the drill by now. We mitigate chaos, we bolster order, etc. Quota for the day, 2 humans have to die. No other comments apart from 2 humans have to die. Okay. Here's Rufus, 63 and retired. Gone are the days of descending into the darkened depths of deep caverns, drill in hand, but Rufus remembers them fondly nonetheless. It's a time of danger, but also of exploration and accomplishment. Now retired, Rufus spends all their time in an old folks' home, dispirited. Okay. A professor. 64. Lucian has been teaching undergrads for nearly 30 years now. They are well known for their welcoming demeanour, yet whispers travel about shady and inappropriate deeds with students. Okay. An old lecture. A supermarket cashier. Full-time cashier, they've embraced the grind with a will of steel. Their beacon in darkness is space exploration. Supports every act taken towards space. They even take cosmology astronomy classes in the community college. Okay. She seemed like a nice person. And seismologist. When just a kid, Aisling went through a terrifying earthquake. Obstinate by nature, they decided to confront their fear by studying to be a seismologist. These days they lead a research team at the Mountain Head Earthquake Monitoring Station. Alrighty. Well, the retired guy who's living in a care home, sad though it is, he led a good life, and this lecherous professor are going to die. The supermarket cashier who likes space can live, and the seismologist does something useful. And let's go see what the cat thinks of that. As you enter, the cat paces around on the table as if annoyed and irritated. Meow, the cat notes while casually twirling around on her spot, pawing at the table. I'll take this to mean that I'm doing well. The cat carelessly stretches and shakes herself, seeming more or less pleased. A swift nod towards the door with her head and it makes it clear you should be leaving. Okay, I got a bit more cash. Probably not enough to buy what I want, so I will end this day and do one more. Hopefully I can earn enough money to buy a mirror. Okay, let's see what yesterday's results were. Many lives saved as dedicated researcher warns Cosmopolis City in the nick of time. Science community calls for increase in funding of the Mountainhead. Calls to increase funding of the Mountainhead lives will be saved. Of the Mountainhead lives will be saved. Fire at the Estuarium assisted living facility claims one life. A new celestial body located named Lorenthal after its discoverer. So it wasn't an unsuccessful day yesterday. Morning, Grim. I see your hands will be kept mightily busy today. Yes, tragedies and catastrophes happen. More often than anyone would prefer, yes? Yet, in the very end, it is all fair, is it not? 3 humans have to die. Spare anyone with a medical background. Well, they're a paramedic. Yeah, and seemed like a really nice person. So, they get to live. Don't know why this one's in red. Postal clerk. Mikai has been a dedicated worker at the... Okay, Grim. Yes, you, listen up. Why are you such a tool, sitting at your desk, going over all the profiles like a mindless drone? It's time to break the rules. I want you to do all the profiles today. All of them. Prove you're not completely useless. Aha. There's an archaeologist. How many are meant to kill? Oh, 3. Organising excavation to colder regions, digging at permafrost. Yeah. Someone who's retired. Brian lived an exciting and joyous life up until retirement. Then everything started going downhill. Life became rough, sad and lonely. Their friends and family are all gone. Their pets died. Nothing seemed to be going right at all. And yet they keep living. Yeah, well, I think we might alter that. A track and field athlete. 24 years old. Called the Flying Golia. Vitaly is an amazing runner and proficient jumper. They have a long-lasting rivalry with Anatoly Azarov, constantly one-upping each other in various contests. Little does Vitaly know that Anatoly would much rather take them to a film and dinner. And a clinical laboratory technician. What did the chemists say when they found 2 isotopes of helium? Hee hee. Just one of the jokes you can hear when working with Izusa. They annoy their co-workers with chemistry jokes all day, but they can't be fired since they're incredibly good at their job. They can live. The joke might be lame, but anybody that can make a joke like that deserve to survive. Okay, now at the back we've got an archaeologist. We'll survive with him. The retired guy whose life seems to be falling apart, we'll give him a mercy killing. A track and field athlete. They can die. The archaeologist who's looking for colossal hamsters can live. And the postal clerk I know very little about, but I've had my issues with the post office, so they can die. So 3 get to live, 3 get to die. And let's go see what the cat thinks of that. As you enter, you see the cat supine, waving her paws in the air as if trying to bat something invisible. All of a sudden she turns her attention to you, a devious glimmer in her eyes. The cat continues to stare, her tail wagging in a manner that seems pleased. Today went well. I think I even feel a bit proud. Lady Pawdington sits in silence, an accusatory look in her eyes. What, you think I caused that whole mess somehow? The cat continues her silence. No way, cat. I did not make a mistake. The cat slowly rotates her head to the right. Don't give me that look. I'm a good worker. The cat slowly rotates her head to the left. Why am I even yelling at a cat anyway? The cat blinks. I have to contact fate. I need answers. The cat glances at an odd-looking telephone on the table and then slowly shakes her head with what seems like a no. Not nice. The cat turns away, signaling complete indifference to you. It means time to leave. Cats and being completely indifferent to people, yeah, that's not exactly a stretch. But I got my money, which means I can go and visit Mortimer.
Aye. This port offers the best trade in the universe.
Okay. I can't afford the Infernal Illuminator. That actually has a use. You can actually see what effect your decisions make before you confirm them. Not that you can change them. Definitely can't afford that. I can afford the Academic Visage.
We don't really plunder educational organizations, eh? You can't rob the ideas hiding inside the brain. Well, usually. So where did I get these fancy scholarly glasses, ye ask? Once, they belonged to a royal merchant whose caravan I held at gunpoint. So he made me an offer I couldn't refuse. 'Tis be a powerful artifact, turning one into a formidable business powerhouse. How'd ye think I got a hold of this shop?
I do like Mortimer. He has some weird explanations for his life. Alrighty, well that's where I'm going to confirm the day. And that's where I'm going to end the episode. I'd still like to buy a mirror, so I could mess around with my appearance. I don't even know what day of the week it is, to be honest. I'm guessing probably about day 11 or day 12 now. I guess I'll figure that out. But, as always, I hope you enjoyed to one degree or another. And maybe you disagree with choices of the things I'm killing. Either way, it's all going to end in disaster and pain, and we'll see what disaster and pain in the end. And hopefully I'll see you down the road for more of Death and Taxes. Cheerio!